everybody, you know me. Okay, no you don't, but you know who I am. I am Issa J, your Smark Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion. Yes. And WWE Raw just happened, so let's review it. Was it worth it? Alright, so the show opens up with everyone on stage and they talk about the brand new all-women's pay-per-view, WWE Evolution. I mean, sure, I guess it's worth it. Especially with Triple H, at least his stuff seemed genuine and from the heart, unlike Stephanie McMahon's, which seemed just ridiculously scripted and lame. And then Mr. McMahon just looking like he doesn't even want to be there. But other than that, yeah, it was just, hey, here we go. And they said that it's all about the fans, which is why all this is happening, which is complete bull. It should be all about the women who worked hard in the ring time and time again. That should be the reason why this is happening, not because of us. Because, I mean, look at TNA, or look at Impact, look at all these other women-only promotions and events that already happen. It's good that WWE is finally doing it, but with all the controversy of the Saudi Arabia, the Greatest Royal Rumble, where they weren't even allowed to be there, and some of the other things that has happened in the past, it's like a little too late. At least it's happening, but it should have happened a while back. I guess technically, sure, it was worth it because it's a feel-good moment, but when you stop to take a look on back, you can see just how marred in controversy this really is, unfortunately. But let's just hope for the best. Alright, let's go straight into the rest of the show, because it's basically what we gotta do. It's this type of show. This is what we do for reviews. Oh boy. Woken Universe. Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, they're called the Leaders of World on Raw, is facing off against the B Team for the Raw Tag Team Championship. B Team are your champions and still are your champions. It's a pretty fast match. B Team, well, the Woken Universe getting most of the offense in. Right when it seems like they're about to regain their championships, Bray Wyatt runs into the post, gets pushed down over Matt Hardy, and in 1, 2, 3, the B Team win. So let's hope that it's not the Revival, but Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre that wins the Raw Tag Team Championships, because I want them to have all the belts. Give them all the belts for a year. Just go for it. Or at least six months to a year. Anywhere from that range, I'll be happy. But overall, I guess this was fine. And at the end of the match, the B Team got attacked by the Woken Universe, Twist of Fate, and Sister Abigail / Kiss of Deletion. That was basically all that was. The stuff beforehand, well, Woken Universe did just like, hey, Cincinnati, we're here, which was pretty lame. But they had a really funny bit backstage with the B Team, and Curtis Axel was like, "You're my brother," and Bo Dallas was like, "You're the brother I never had," which is funny, especially if you know that Bray Wyatt is Bo Dallas's IRL brother. So that's cool. That was a funny little nod. So I guess from start to finish as a whole, it was worth it. But at least we got the first of our running gag where people kept interrupting Elias. That was funny. So we'll get to that later. Then we had Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Samantha Simon and Karen Lundy. Of course, Sasha and Bayley win because these are just two jobbers. No, it wasn't worth it. It was a load of nothing. And then the feud that I wanted a month ago, I felt like they pulled the trigger finally, was completely shattered. So there's that. I don't really want to talk too much about this match or this whole segment because it was an unfortunate event. I just miss Sasha versus Bayley. I want that. Everyone wants that. Now we ain't getting it. Thanks, WWE. So no, that was not worth it. Going on to Braun Strowman, he's cutting a promo in the ring, basically saying that it doesn't matter if it's Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, or Brock Lesnar, because after their match, they're gonna have to face him, and he's cashing in, which is cool. Except why not do that next week when Brock Lesnar is on Raw? Kevin Owens comes out. Okay, let's keep going. Kevin Owens comes out. He says, like, I want to take everything from you. Baron Corbin comes out. He says, hey, now you need to go through anger management. Jinder Mahal comes out with Sunil Singh. And instead of the whole mantra, Sunil Singh gets a running power slam for his troubles after the chant, get these hands. It was funny. It was wacky. It was cartoonish, which is why we love Braun Strowman so much. So I guess because of all of that, it was worth it. It's just Braun Strowman's character is really quickly losing a lot of intelligent credibility, which is unfortunate. So we'll keep an eye on where this is going. Next, we had Mickie James versus Natalya, and this was a very clunky match. And you could tell Mickie James was not taking this seriously at all, because just the way she would move and the expressions she would make told as much. She does get the win here after the Mick kick, which is awesome, because Mickie James needs to be champion one more time. But yeah, it was just super unfortunate that the match was just so clunky and she didn't really care about it. So I unfortunately have to say no, this was not worth it, despite Mickie James winning, because everyone knows that I'm a fan of Mickie James, especially when she's taking everything she's doing seriously. So here's to hoping that she gets something better in the future. Alright, then we had AOP come out. They are the second people to interrupt Elias, which was funny. But AOP comes out and says, or calls out any tag team in the back except Titus Worldwide, and you'll never believe it, Titus Worldwide comes out. And great. Anyways, bada bing, bada boom. Titus gets a jump on AOP, and the Authors of Pain is just mad and just walk away. And it was pointless. It was really bloody pointless, unfortunately. So, no, it wasn't worth it. Moving on, we got Tyler Breeze versus Mojo Rawley in a rematch of last week, and well, Mojo Rawley wins with a sit-down Alabama Slam. Yes, it was that fast. No, it was not worth it. And I guess it's cool to see Mojo Rawley getting skyrocketed to the wins and stuff, and he's about to get into a feud with Bobby Roode, which is, I guess, good for him, but it's bad for Tyler Breeze, it's bad for Bobby Roode, and it's just it's not interesting, it's not fun. So no, it wasn't worth it. Next, we had Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. Finn Balor is the third person to interrupt. Well, no, Braun Strowman was the second person to interrupt Elias. AOP was the third, and Finn Balor was the fourth. They interrupt him, so he gets interrupted once again. So it's Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre, and this was a really good match. This was a really good match with a horrible ending, unfortunately. After going up for the coup de grace, Dolph Ziggler in front of the ref knocks Finn Balor off, giving Finn Balor the win via DQ. So they go at it. They're about to beat him down, but then out comes Seth Rollins. Kurt Angle to save the day. Kurt Angle comes out and says, nope, this is going to be a tag team match. Let's keep going. So it's Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre. No, it's Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. And Seth Rollins ends up getting the pin after the curb stomp onto Dolph Ziggler. And the night was very, very much the wrong team or the wrong person wins here. Now, if you're going to try to give all the belts, I don't know if you are. I don't know if WWE will do this. But if you're trying to give all the belts to Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, they cannot afford any kind of losses. At all. Let them cheat to win. Let them have these cheaty wins, or let them have these super powerful wins. Just give them the wins, because the more they lose, the less of a threat they become, and people will stop caring. And I don't want to stop caring about Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, because they're awesome. They are great, especially on promos. So, yeah, unfortunately, the faces win here, which I feel is the wrong decision. Despite that, a fantastic match from start to finish, and a whole segment with Finn and Drew leading all the way to the tag match was really good. So all of that was worth it, despite the wrong person going over. Then we have Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. Yes, it was a pretty fast match, but Liv Morgan got some good looks in as well. She's improving greatly. She's basically the second coming of Alexa Bliss. Really, really improving week to week, which is fantastic. And after a awesome Eclipse, so Liv Morgan has been selling the Eclipse really, really good, and she sold it like Mickie James sold it. She did a complete flip and just laid flat. It was amazing. I love it when these women can sell the Eclipse just as powerful as it is, which is awesome. So Ember Moon does win 1, 2, 3. Yes, this was worth it, because it was a really fun, short little match, and one of the coolest Eclipse sells since Mickie James, so yay for that. And our final match of the night, don't know why I put that there, but it was Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns to see who would face off against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And just like Extreme Rules, this was a fun match. In the beginning, the crowd was hating on it, but by the end, they were getting into it. They were actually getting into this match. And again, the wrong person went over. Roman Reigns, after a spear, wins the match. So we get No, we don't. We get Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar yet again. Why? Oh well, doesn't matter. A fun match. Yes, it was worth it. But just sick and tired of seeing Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, because we already know what's going to happen. It's going to be a snore fest that the fans turn on. So hopefully we just give the title to Roman already, or Braun Strowman comes in to steal the title away. But yeah, overall, let's get to the Elias thing. Bobby Lashley was the last person to interrupt Elias, and while he was doing a really good job beating down Cincinnati, promoting his new album, yeah, it was just funny, good stuff that had a theme throughout the episode, which I do like. I like it when Raw can have a theme, because if not, then it's just really bloody long and tiresome. And the last thing to note is two matches that was announced backstage. For the IC title, Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler again. Poor Seth, I guess. And Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman, with the stipulation being that no matter how Strowman loses, if he loses, the Money in the Bank goes to Kevin Owens, which I do not like at all. That is really bloody stupid. Just don't do it. Don't even let that happen. Just have him cash in on Raw, win the Universal title, and just make it a whole schmoz fest. Do not allow this to happen, because it would be horrible. So overall, no, this was not a very strong or good episode of Raw. Had some good moments in there, pick and choose, but after 30 minutes to the last 30 minutes, which is 2 whole hours of the middle portion of the show, it was just hard to get through. It got better towards the end, but then after the ending of those matches, you realize, oh crud, they're not taking these guys serious anymore. Oh crud, they are doing this and not taking the fans serious. After saying they take the fans serious earlier in the night, but whatever, I digress. Let's just get this episode over with. No, it wasn't worth it at all. Oh. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this episode of Raw. I'd really like to know your thoughts and opinions on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give us those sexy likes and share to all of your friends and enemies. If you like what we do, please hit that subscribe button so that way you are a part of the Smarky family. And then hit the notification bell so that way you are notified when we go live and when our new videos drop. We have a awesome new show, the Fantasy Promotion Championships with Liam and Issa. We had just started and it's in the thick of things. The rules and points episode plus episode 3 is about to come out. We go live for our podcast, Shooting with the Smarky Family, every Sunday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. And, of course, was it worth it? Discussions and predictions and our live reactions to the WWE pay-per-views and what have yous. It's a lot of fun, guys, and you want to be a part of the Smarky family and be notified when it all goes down. And, of course, new shows and content coming to you shortly. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at IsaJ_STP. Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, it will be awesome.